So today we're going to be looking at solving equations that are a little more complex than the last ones we did. So you should have your capture sheet. And we're still going to use the same steps that we've been doing. If you look over here on the left, we have this DCAM. Okay, we've done problems where we had to distribute and then add and subtract and multiply and divide. So now we're going to add in an extra step, this combining like terms. And remember, these steps are done in order. They're always done the same way. Sometimes you have to do the steps, sometimes you don't. And we're not to the point where we're going to get into problems that have this last M in it yet, so I'm not even going to tell you what that stands for. So we're going to do these problems as if they were a checklist. So I'm going to start by drawing a line through my equal sign. And I'm going to do that because this is going to help me to understand this step where it says combine like terms. So here we go. We'll start at the top of our list. We're going to distribute first. I know I have to distribute because I can see my parentheses right here. So I'm going to start off by distributing. 3 times 3x will give me 9x. 3 times 4 will give me 12. And then I still have this plus 10, and it equals negative 23. Now, when it comes to this step that says combine like terms, what I need to know there is when I'm combining like terms, I'm looking for like terms that are on one side of the equal sign. If I have like terms on both sides of the equal sign, that's not what we're doing. So if I look at this problem, I see right here, I have two numbers. I have a 12 and a 10. Those are like terms, so I'm going to combine them together. And when you combine like terms, you do exactly what this problem says because we're not undoing anything. So this says 12 plus 10. 12 plus 10 is going to give me 22. And it still equals negative 23. So like I said, we don't need to worry about this first M here. So I'm going to move on to this next step where it says add and subtract. We're going to undo any addition and subtraction. So I see a plus 22 here. So I'm going to undo that by subtracting 22 on both sides. That's going to leave me with 9x. These 22's equals 0. So I've got 9x equals negative 45. And my last step here is going to be to undo any multiplication or division. So I will divide this side by 9 and this side by 9. And I find out my answer is negative 5. Okay, so let's try one more together, and then you'll be ready to start on your own problems. So again, I'm going to draw this line by the equal sign. I'm going to look at my problem and see is there anything to distribute. And I can see right here I'm going to distribute. So 4 times 3x gives me 12x. 4 times negative 2 gives me negative 8. Minus 5x equals 20. So next, I'm going to combine like terms. I did my distribute. I'm going to combine like terms, and I see over on this side I've got a 12x and a negative 5x. So they're on the same side of the equal sign, so I'm going to combine those together. 12 minus 5 is going to give me 7, and I still have my x with it, minus 8. And again, that equals 20. We're not going to worry about that first M. We're ready to undo any addition or subtraction, so I see a minus 8. To undo that, I'm going to add 8 on both sides. That's going to leave me with 7x equals 28. And the last step that I have here, I've undone my addition and subtraction. I have to undo any multiplication or division. So I see this is 7 times x, so the opposite of multiplying is dividing. Divide both sides by 7. And I get x equals 4.